Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 3 gang, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. Part 3 gang, y'all. Let's get it. Like, share, subscribe, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. That joke was crazy, man, but everything unfolded wild. I'm in the cell hearing bro vent like this, man. I'm like, yo, man, like, I knew I should have Storebox, man, but I felt like this too, though. I ain't gonna, I was like, man, you know what? I rock with bro, and me and bro gonna go for each other. I know he got my back, I got his back. So even if I wasn't Storeboxing, I would have still had to have his back through all of this because he was definitely gonna Storebox. This was his MO. G definitely was gonna Storebox, y'all. This was his MO right here, man. But me getting in the Storebox game for the first time, though, man, I just was really like, this is crazy right here. This is crazy right here, man. Like, every day that goes on, it's always something, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, man, it's wild. So I'm like, yo, it ain't nothing to talk about, bro. I was like, I went and hollered at dudes from Richmond. I was like, they said they don't even rock with bro. He was like, man, don't nobody really rock with them except the young boys from the he was like, man, I don't care about that though, man. I don't care about that, dude. I'm going to get my money. I said, I already know the count. Look, we ain't got to talk about that no more, bro. That's a lot. You already know we going to get that bread, man. So, like, everybody just kind of, like, talking about it when the doors that pop. And, you know, everybody was trying to, like, see what was going on. And everybody was trying to, like, other yards, other people on the yards. When we go outside, like, from the like, you know what I mean? You'll see him. He'll be down by the fence. Or he'll be on the big yard with the other pods from 4 building, and he'll be in a big yard with other pods from around the compound, and he'll be talking to the other Richmond dudes, like he trying to get everybody together. And I'm sitting like, this joint is all over that. We clapped them over 5 cinnamon buns. This man wanted 5 cinnamon buns. Now we all about to get it on behind that, man. I'm like, man, so be it then, man. So you'll see him. So dudes hearing about it. Dudes like, yo, what's y'all problem with dude? You know what I mean? So a couple of dudes were like, man, y'all need to clean him up now. So I felt like this. I was like, you know what? Cleaning him up now, that's not a good thing. That might spark a whole bunch of stuff. Because I'm like, he might just be somebody that's blowing hot air. And I'm like, for real, if he is going to buck, bro going to handle him. You know what I mean? Now, if we get out of hand with him and bro, of course I'm coming. But I'm like, bro got it under control anyway. Because bro definitely want that. Like, dude is same size. He definitely want that action, man. So I'm just sitting back like, yo. So like, every time dudes coming with some story, what needs to be done and all that, I ain't trying to hear all that, man. I ain't trying to hear. We're going to handle it how we want to handle it. This is our money. This is our situation. We ain't said we needed nobody back. We were just talking to people that act like we was just talking to people that heard about what was going on. So I'm like, man, I ain't trying to hear that, man. So when this was going on, I was like, yo, Storebox, man, listen, man, Storebox closed, man. He was like, what? No, sir, we ain't closing the Storebox. We going to keep Storebox. I said, what if we go to the hole, bro? Then ain't nobody going to pay us, bro. He was like, look, man, if we go to the hole, they going to pay bro. We gonna still keep the money. He like, bro, we ain't going to hole, bro. He was like, man, dude ain't gonna buck. Watch. Dude ain't gonna, if he buck, we fighting. Yeah, then he can have those buns, but we gonna fight, though. I'm like, man, shh. All right, man, you know what I mean? So G kept the ball rolling. G didn't want to shut the Storebox down. G wanted to keep going on. G wanted to keep doing his thing, man. So, like, I was kind of like to the point where I just knew that I was like, man, like, you know what, man, like, we ain't even gonna be able to enjoy all this stuff we got in here. I remember I was in the cell, I just looked around. I seen a bag of tuna fish, mackerel, and salmons, and all the meats you can order, pause. Like, all that was in a bag. Well, yeah, that's separated like in a decent bag. Then I looked up and I seen all the potato chips in the bag, shebang, sour cream, barbecue, the plain Jane gang. I'm just like, looked over here, bro got all the freaking cakes, and it was just, man, I was just like, man, we dumb loaded, man. I was like, you know what, though, G, man? He was like, well, I said, bro, we ain't gonna get to enjoy this stuff, man. He was like, why you say that, bro? I said, what you mean why I say that, bro? I said, bro, every time we Storebox people, I said, he said, bro, that's just the stuff Storebox, man, go through, bro. He said, man, Storebox, man, job ain't hard. He said, what you think? Dude on the street, that's a long shot. That's loaning people money, them Italian dudes. Like, when you think they ain't gotta go through nothing, you think they ain't chasing nobody down. He was like, bro, I'm telling you, this is business, bro. He was like, man, we gotta just keep going. He was like, man, don't let dude. I'm like, yeah, it ain't really him. It's just been a lot that's been going on ever since we started doing this Storebox, bro. He was like, man, listen, everything gonna be straight, Weezy, man. He was like, look, can't we eat whatever we want to? I was like, yeah. He was like, don't you want to eat a taco every night? Any type of taco you want to eat? I'm like, yeah. He like, well, look then, man, we good then, man. He had a way of doing what I used to always do, and that's kind of like ease a person out of like being a maniac. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't thinking like a maniac, but I'm just thinking about like, yo, like, what are we doing here? Like, we ain't had an easy day ever since we started Storeboxing. You know what I mean? But I'm one of those dudes that I'm looking at it like we just gonna crash and it's gonna be all over with. G trying to make it like, yo, like everything gonna be copacetic and ain't nothing gonna happen. So I'm like, man, all right, man, that's what it is. So store day is coming up on that following Thursday. It's like Tuesday now, Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. I think it was Tuesday, man. But it was another dude from the I guess the dude that he know rock with the two dudes from the I told y'all that be chilling, the two Richmond dudes that's out the way, that's not rocking with this maniac. So I guess they knew him. So I guess they had said something to him, because I didn't really see that. I didn't really see, but I saw bro go outside, and the dude that I be say chilling, that's from the he really don't be going outside like that, but I seen him go outside. So when he came back, he seen me, he's like, Weezy, let me holler at you. I'm like, what's up? He was like, look, bro, like, for real, I told you I ain't got nothing to do with that, man. My hands is tied. But he was like, it's a dude that I know, and that's his cousin, Shawty. He was like, I ain't know that they were related the whole time. He was like, but like, what we gonna try to do is, man, like, we just gonna give y'all the 100 buns, man. You know what I mean? Like, and if we can give y'all the 100 buns, man, and maybe, you know what I mean, that'll take care of the situation though. Like, I'm saying, like, that'll take care of the situation though. I'm like, man, but like, at the end of the day though, man, like, dude, like, is he still gonna have a problem with us in here though? I said, cause he got a problem with my celly, bro. Like, I said, man, I ain't really bought the 100 buns. I said, now if he say he ain't paying, then yeah, he gonna get handled on the corner. I was like, but like, he got a problem with us for nothing though. I said, we ain't do nothing to him, bro. I said, this man acting like he all tough and angry with us for something, for what reason we don't understand. He was like, for real, Shaw. He was like, man, that's what I told bro. He was like, I told bro, your cousin is in here snapping for nothing. I told him that. I was like, man, look, man, like, bro, we just, you know what I mean? He was like, well, look, though, I'm about to go upstairs and give you what he owe you, man, because his cousin said he owe y'all 500 buns. I'm like, I'm gonna go tell G then. He was like, all right. So I pull up on G. I said, yo, say word to dude from Richmond that we rock with, say, the dude that we beefing with, his cousin told him to squash the money that he owe us. You know what I mean? I said, you cool with that? I looked at G was like, he was like, yeah, they could pay that money, but still though, I'm gonna still see if he got something in his mind though. I said, that's what they trying to fix now. I said, they trying to fix that now to see if it's a problem going on. You know what I mean? Like, you trying to just get this joint alleviated, bro. They just trying to get this situation over with. You know what I mean? G was like, I'm gonna take the money we at. So as he's saying that, dude coming down the steps, because they slept upstairs too. Dude coming down the steps, he got the buns in his hand. So dude come over there, he give G the buns, you know what I mean? So G like, that's what's up though. That's what's up to dude though. Like, is dude like, go ask him if he got a problem. If he got a problem, tell him we ain't gotta wait to store day to fight now, because y'all already paid the tab. So look, ask him do he got a problem and tell him we can fight. If he got a problem with me or my celly, tell him we can fight right now. What's up? So the dude was like, man, I ain't trying to go over there and talk to him like that, Shawty. Like, for I don't even be talking to dude. He said, I told Weezy I don't talk to dude. He said, just so happened his cousin is my man, Shawty. Was like, but look, this is what I'm saying though. Like, I'm gonna go tell him that I paid his tab, but I don't want to talk about if y'all supposed to be fighting or not, man. He said, man, I'm gonna go over here and tell him that he don't owe you no more. You stay away. He stay away from you. You stay away from him. That's a bet, Shawty. So I was like, man, yeah, that's a bet, man. Just tell him, you know what I mean? But like, you still gotta watch people though. That got alleviated. Thank God, dude ain't say nothing. So when he came back, ain't want nothing about no fighting or nothing, you know what I mean? So a store they come, dude ain't look our way, we ain't look dude way. So we continued on doing us in there. So it was this other dude that's not from Richmond that used to always run with the kind of Richmond dudes, but they used to always ball with these other two Richmond dudes. So they was like a cool little basketball crew, but he still acting like he was from the R. You know what I mean? He's not from the R though. Promise you, man. Why the maniac dude send him at Big G? You know what I mean? So we sitting in the joint, we in the cell chilling. We just finish hitting the la-la, knock at the door. See a little skinny arm, we ain't recognize. Yo! See a dude come, he like, G go to the joint, pop the tray slide, psh. Like, what's up? He like, hey, look, man, I'm trying to get 5 cinnamon rolls, man. Yeah, you know, it's been like a couple days now. We ain't even think. He like, yeah, it's been like, he like, yeah, man, I'm trying to get 5 cinnamon rolls, man. How much you gonna charge me back? G was like, 5 cinnamon rolls. This for you, right? He was like, yeah. He was like, all right, just give me 8 back then. He was like, all right, make that happen for me then. Make that happen for me. G was like, all right, hey, Weezy, hand me 5 cinnamon rolls. I grabbed a bag, massive pastries. You hear me? I'm like, I was like, here, bro. Gave him the cinnamon rolls. He Gave dude the cinnamon rolls with the trace lock, you know what I mean? So he disappeared. So we still in the cell. We stayed in like 2 more cell breaks. We ain't come out because it's me, my roommate, and my other homeboy in there. We in that joint messing with the la-la, just chilling, hitting the blacks, listening to the music. So sitting in the joint, this word, I go to the door and look. When I looked out the door, I was like, look. I seen the big dude from Richmond. He was over that joint. He had a cinnamon roll. He was peeling that joint like a banana. He was like, hush, 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 hush. That joint was gone, y'all. So boom. I'm like, I said, yo, G. He was like, what's up? I said, look at this. G come in the door. G was like, I said, look what he eating though. G was like, he might have his own cinnamon roll. I was like, man, I hope so. I was like, what if that young boy came and got that junk for him, bro? You know what I mean? What if he did that, bro? How would you feel? She was like, if he did, I'ma scream on him. Straight like that. He know I don't rock with dude. We ain't doing no business with dude. He better not ain't do that. Cause that little young boy cool. So I'm telling you, he better not ain't do that. So I'm like, man, this is crazy right here, man. I was like, man, for real though, long as he had that money, bro. That's what it's about. Just giving the benefit of the doubt. Long as he had that bread, and everything straight. G was like, yeah, he gonna have that bread. Yeah, he gonna have that bread. So they said, sale break. G went to the door immediately. You know, he a maniac. He put his sneakers on. He went to the door and wait the button. Lady open our joint up. Open sesame. We all come out. Told my homeboy, yeah, come on, you good. He sneak out. You know what I mean? So we all come out. Go down the steps, you know what I mean? We look. Seen the young boy kind of like, young boy looked like he was over there where I seen the big dude, big maniac at eating the cinnamon roll. He looked like he was over there, but when he seen us coming over there about to go out the steps, he disappeared and kind of like he was walking away from the scene, you know what I mean? So I see him, I'm like, you know what I mean? So I see G go straight to him. Like, you know, I don't know if it was the la-la, or I don't know if it was because G was just a psycho, man. I don't know what it was, but G went straight to him. Man, G went straight to this man. G was like, yo, let me holler at you. He took him around like by cell 12. You know what I mean? So I go stand like by the booth. So I look down and I can see him back there talking to dude. So I just see him like, he's kind of like screaming on dude. You know what I mean? So dude like, you know what I mean? So I see it kind of getting like, you know, serious on G end. So I walk back there. So when I get back there, I look. You know what I mean? When I get back there, I'm like, I hear G like, yo, man. Yeah, bro, look, you better not be lying to me, man. Dude was like, look, man, even if I did lie, G, I'm gonna pay the money. You ain't gotta worry about it. I'm gonna pay the money, bro. I'm gonna pay the money. I'm like, man, like, yo, bro. I was like, well, did he do it? She was like, man, I don't know. He talking about he ain't gonna say he did. He ain't gonna say he didn't. He the one just responsible. I'm like, hey, bro, I know you ain't come get no stuff. I said, bro, I know you ain't come get nothing out of ourselves for dude, man. I said, you know we don't rock with dude. He said, man, look, Weezy, I ain't know. I said, so you did, man? He was like, man, look, Weezy, I'm gonna pay the money, Weezy, man. I said, man, I said, G, come on, man. G was like, bro, I'm telling you, bro. Real talk, bro. Don't come back to my cell no more, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Don't come back to my cell no more. So the young boy was like, man, I'm saying, G, man, you acting like you scaring me or something. You acting like you scaring me or something, G. Like, what you got going on with that? G was like, man, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, down. So G got down. I pulled G away. Like, chill, bro. Come on, bro. I get him away from the scene. When the young boy he screamed on started walking away from cell 12, he walked straight over there to the big dude from the I promise you, man, he walked straight over there. He walked straight over there, that big dude from the like, you know what I mean? So the dude from the he say something to another dude that's from our way, you know what I mean? He like Virginia Beach, Norfolk, but he be around us too. But he say something to him. Now I don't know, like screaming on stuff, but I guess he knew the dude. So he see him talking to him. So the dude coming up to us was like, hey, look, what's up? Y'all got a problem with dude or something? We're like, why you say that? He was like, man, y'all talking about he sent the dude the Storebox and all of that. I was like, man, look, man, like for real, it was lame. I ain't even gonna lie. You know what I mean? Like for us to even be like arguing over this stuff, man. But this is the stuff of the Storebox. This is the drama of the Storebox, y'all. And this is why I never want to do it, y'all. So boom. So I'm like, man, like, so like this is just too much right here. I'm like, yo, listen, ain't nobody, we just don't deal with dude. You know what I mean? Like, nah, we ain't dealing with dude. G, like, I don't deal with dude. We don't deal, this and that. I'm like, man, G, look. I said, bro, look, man. I said, look, the other dude from Richmond pull up. He's like, what's up? I was like, man, bunch of nonsense, man. You know what I mean? So this is what all this was, y'all. It was a bunch of nonsense, man. Like, it's just too much stuff that just happens, man, that you don't have no control over, man. So I'm just like, man, like, I was numb, pause, man, to that whole stuff, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, man. So they go argument, go back and forth. Nothing happened again. We locked down. You know what I mean? This time around, I felt like we was in the wrong. You know what I mean? I felt like, you know what I mean? Like, G let the la-la get to him, or I don't know what it was. So when we locked down, I said, yo, bro, look, man. I said, yo, look, man. I said, for real, G, man. I said, look, we was wrong for that right there. I said, cause for real, if the young boy come get something from the store, man, you know what I mean? I said, even if dude did send him, I said, it's lame. I said, but Long as the young boy pay, it ain't no problem. You know what I mean? It ain't no problem. I said, it's a problem if he don't pay. I said, we shouldn't have pulled. I said, you shouldn't have pulled up on him, bro. Like that, bro, and try to scream on him, bro. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have pulled up on him. You like, I was saying, like, real talk, Weezy, man. Like, like, dude, that's lame. I don't rock with dude. I ain't gonna play that, bro. Like, that's lame if he did that. Like, why would he do that? Why would he do that, man? So I'm like, bro, listen, like, just remember what I told you a while ago. He was like, well, I said, bro, we're not going to get to enjoy this stuff, bro. We're not. G was like, man, look, if I go to the hole, bro, when I come back out, I'm a Storebox. That's all it is. I'm going to go for my stuff. I was like, bro, I'm going to go for mine, bro. I said, but at the same time, though, bro, like, we're not going to get to enjoy none of this stuff, y'all. So, boom. Real talk, man. I want to enjoy the fruits of my label, man. When I hustle, I can enjoy what I make. You know what I mean? Storeboxing, you got too much stuff going on. There's too much moving parts. There's too many dudes you gotta see and watch, and this dude got larceny. It's just a business that wasn't for me. I said, so look, bro, I said, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I said, G, look, man, I'm out, bro. He was like, what you mean? I said, bro, listen, only thing I want, bro, I said, give me a gap on the tobacco. You know what I mean? I said, give me half of the cigarettes, give me half of the blacks, because that was definitely was where I majority was dibbling, dabbling, and doing Storebox stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm like, give me half of the Newports, half of the blacks, bro, and you can keep the rest, man. I don't want the food. I don't want none of that, bro. You know what I mean? I said, I'm going to go to commissary, the following joint, man. I'm going to order me a hefty bag, and I'm just going to go back to that, bro. I said, bro, I'm tired of looking at it. I said, bro, I sell smell like Dunkin' Donuts, bro. I said, I'm tired of looking at this stuff, man. Real talk, man. I'm tired of looking. He was like, what I'm saying, though, like, that's crazy. I was like, bro, I can't do it, bro. I said, a maniac like me, bro, my patience is too, like, different, bro. I said, like, I can't do it no more, man. He was like, man, I'm saying, though, Weezy, man. I'm like, bro, I'm out, bro. You know what I mean? When he said that, I just opened the box up. I started grabbing the cigarettes, you know what I mean? I counted the cigarettes. It was like 48 packs. It was 48 packs of cigarettes, you know what I mean? I only took 2 boxes, left from the 28, you know what I mean? Got the blacks. It was like 18 packs of blacks. I took 10, left from the 8, you know what I mean? Took that, man. I was like, bro, man, like, I'm good, bro. He was like, man, that's crazy, Weezy. I was like, bro, I'm out, bro. Like, I can't deal with that stuff, man. He was like, yeah, that's wild, man. So, like, only reason I said I was out, though, y'all, because I felt like him screaming on that dude about that stuff was crazy. Y'all, like, my word, like he shouldn't have done it, man. Like, I ain't like that move. Like, we don't pray on the week. We don't do none of that. We ain't doing none of that, bro. Like, dude came and did that jump even though it was lame. Like, bro, we ain't supposed to pull up on him, man. Like, so I wasn't feeling that, man, at all, man. So, like, G was like he was mad at me, man. He act like he was mad at me that whole rest of the day. So when they called dinner, he was like, I ain't even going to dinner. He was like, I ain't going to dinner. I ain't even going to dinner. I was like, you ain't going to dinner? He was like, nah, I ain't going to dinner. I was like, why? He was like, man, don't worry about it. He was really upset with me that I didn't want to run the Storebox, man, which was wild. I'm like, crazy, man. I was like, wow, man. So we go eat. We went to go eat. Everybody went to go eat. As soon as we came back from eating, when we coming back upstairs to 3 building to 3D, like, for real, soon as we coming back upstairs to 3D, as soon as we got to the salad port part, that's we call that the salad port. Like, that's the front of the you know what I mean, the inside before you get into the pod area. You know what I mean? Like, that's the salad port. When we got into the salad port, man, I seen G and the big dude from Richmond. They was right there by cell 1 wrecking. Boom, boom, boom. Until that's all you was seeing was heavy blows. Boom, 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 boom. G was taking blows. Boom, boom, boom. Dude was throwing them back. Boom, 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 boom. So we like, oh, I'm like, man, I'm here. I'm like, let me in. The lady ain't letting nobody in. Where she at? She got a point blank shoot them. She got a point blank, like they right there. And I don't think she wanted to do that. You know what I mean? So she hopped on the phone. She like this. And you got 2 freaking 6-footers rumbling crazy. I'm talking, they in that joint rumbling crazy, man. I'm just like, everybody just crowded. Like, people was coming up the steps. And as everybody was just coming up the steps, they was just seeing that we couldn't get into our pod. And I just started like this looking. I just started thinking, man, like through the whole time watching this fight, man. I'm just like, yo, this is crazy, man. The things people do over cookies and cakes, man. Like, you will see the wildest stuff, y'all. I'm telling y'all, man, you will see the wildest stuff. I'm watching these 2 dudes right now clash over 5 cinnamon buns, man. This is over 5 cinnamon buns. They rumbling, blow, 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 blow. They right there rumbling. We look, police coming. They was like, yo, the police coming up the joint, So everybody kind of like made room. Police come up there like 10 deep. They come in that joint like 10 deep. The lady seen them was down. She was like, hold on. She let them in. They was like, back up. Like 4 police, like, y'all back up. Y'all back up right now. Back up. Everybody back up. So everybody backed up. My word, they going out pod, man. This word, they went in that joint, broke that joint up. They tackled my celly. Boom. They tackled him. Then they got the other dude from Richmond. They get him. They got both of them handcuffed on their stomach. It's word, like, man, that junk crazy. So they put them inside like the shower. You know, our showers, they close and you can lock them. My word, they put them in the shower, lock the shower. Then let us come back in the pod. We come back in the pod. I'm like, yo, G, what the fuck, bro? What the hell, bro? He like, man, that fuck nigga, man. He's like, man, fuck that fuck nigga, man. Fuck that nigga, man. That nigga a bitch, man. Fuck that nigga. Goddamn, yeah, that nigga trying to sneak me when y'all went to child. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, that nigga try to sneak dude for rich. Was like, nigga, fucking lying, shorty. Trying to sneak you, shorty. He was like, nigga, you lame, shorty. Goddamn, niggas just arguing for shower to shower. They're like, everybody step in. Everybody step in. So they making us step in. Boom, we all step in and shit. Goddamn, nigga like, man, this shit crazy, man. I was like, man, fuck, my roommate gone. Goddamn, so when they locked us down, they took them niggas. Now, y'all know we in 3 building. Like, they took my roommate. They put my roommate downstairs. They put the dude from Richmond in the pod next door to us. Because we're in the building. Y'all know what segregation is at. So they locked them up. You know what I mean? So, like, they came in there and told me to pack my roommate stuff. I was mad as shit. I'm like, fuck. But, like, man, this shit dumb as a bitch, man. I was mad as hell, man. I couldn't believe my roommate snapped out like this, man. But say word, they shake the dude from Richmond cell down. And when they went in there to pack his stuff up, they found a knife in the jank. So the dude from Richmond ended up getting transferred behind the knife game, man. That shit was crazy, man. Like, this was all unnecessary. All this shit was unnecessary, man. But, like, this is the shit that happens over these cookies and cakes, man. This is the reason why I didn't fucking Storebox, man. This is the reason I didn't Storebox. But, like, when G went to the hole, man, this is how I ended up getting my celly that did that jump to me when I was telling y'all about the story about that phone. You know what I mean? That's when he moved in the room with me, man. But, like, going through that in the beginning, like, that taught me a great lesson about not doing that Storebox and shit, man. That shit is not for me. You have some people that do it. That shit is not for me, man. G got out, came out, went back to 2 building, went to 2 building, and continued being a maniac Storeboxer, man. That's what he do, man. But I never done that shit no more, y'all, man. That Storeboxing shit wasn't for me, y'all. Period. But that was a crazy situation. That's the end of the damn story, though. Man, I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Y'all already know the count, man. Stay out the way, man. Your peoples need you out here. Period, man. But y'all already know what it is, man. I need y'all to turn this one up for me like the rest of them, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go, man. But be safe out there, y'all. And stay your ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart just to open your eyes up.